Please subscribe.
Volvo's S60 is an examination in focusing on the little things. To draw an examination, the contrast between an extravagance home and the houses the majority of us live in is something beyond the impression, the quantity of rooms, or the setting. It's similarly about the structure subtleties inside, the completions, the materials, and the craftsmanship, all of which indicate a major distinction. There's nothing amiss with a $69 restroom sink spigot you can get up at Lowe's. We're talking from first-hand involvement. However, the sinks in that revamped brownstone on the Tony part of town are presumably embellished with something increasingly like a MaestroBath Swarovski gem unit that costs a little fortune. All of a sudden, washing your hands is an upscale encounter that makes you feel, well, better. Driving the new S60 is a ton like that. As a matter of fact, you don't need to drive it. Simply slide in the driver's seat and check whether the world doesn't quickly appear to be a superior spot. With each succeeding new model, the most recent age of the XC40, XC60, and XC90 SUVs and the S90 and V90 wagon, Volvo has been pushing its picture further away from aloof and security cognizant and closer to configuration forward. Truth be told, the brand is as of now there, and the S60 puts a shout point on that exertion. The S60's inside really feels as though it was structured by an expressive arts major. The instrument board's thrill ride lower area, cut in finished aluminum, is a fascinating sculptural component. The materials all through the lodge are rich and liberally complemented with sprinkles of piano dark and sensitive contacts of brightwork. The front seats, not at all like the direct cowhide cans in numerous vehicles, are decorated with swatches of lively-looking fabric and have snazzy, complex lower pads like what you'd find on a bit of fine furnishings. The motor turnover switch and the sound framework's volume handle have jeweled surfaces. Any place cowhide or vinyl covers a surface, the materials are pulled rigid, and all of the many sewn creases is bolt straight. The designs of the computerized instrument group and the Sensus infotainment framework's touchscreen are rendered in fresh textual styles. At the end of the day, the S60's lodge looks a great deal like that of each ongoing Volvo, or, in other words, lovely. Past being a magnificent spot where to sit and think about the universe, the S60 likewise happens to function admirably as a vehicle, as a games car, to be accurate. In size, value, gear, and execution, it's pointed decisively at the enduring conservative passage extravagance vehicle benchmarks that other hopeful automakers likewise focus on: the Audi A4, the BMW 3 arrangement, and the Mercedes-Benz C-Class. That is nothing unexpected. What is, in any case, is the manner by which well it works, especially as a standard Volvo model. The T6R design model we at first tried is the center youngster in the S60 lineup, sitting between the base momentum and the more luxury, however less lively, inscription. Every one of the three S60 trim levels can be had in T5 spec with the base 250 horsepower turbocharged 2.0-liter inline 4 and front-wheel drive. The upper two trims additionally can be designed with all-wheel drive and the 400 horsepower T8 module half-and-half powertrain, which uses the equivalent T6 motor as our test vehicle, just as an engine mounted on the back pivot. That T6 is the equivalent 316 horsepower turbocharged and supercharged 2.0-liter, factory accessible in the vast majority of Volvo's ongoing contributions, and it comes just with all-wheel drive. Our test vehicle was stacked, and regarding standard and discretionary hardware, there's nothing the Challenge offers that the S60 T6R design AWD can't coordinate. The S60 T6 likewise matches or beats their presentation. It dispatches from rest to 60 miles per hour in 5.2 seconds, which is indistinguishable from the A4's time and a few tenths snappier than the last four-chamber 3 arrangement car we tried. fitted with discretionary 19-inch Michelin Primacy MXM4 all-season tires, estimated 235/40R19. It puts a 0.94-gram hang on the skid pad, great for a vehicle on all seasons and in the same class as or superior to most likewise prepared contenders. Its 166-foot preventing good ways from 70 miles per hour additionally is unequivocally aggressive. More than that, the Volvo is shockingly captivating to drive, being both athletic and refined. The turbo and supercharged 4 is responsive in all speed reaches, and its fumes note growly at lower motor speeds, yet a little whooshy at high RPM is more suitable here than in other Volvo models, which can sound somewhat whiny. Most amazing is the way the S60 T6R design AWD spreads ground in enormous swallows. The ride, even on the discretionary 19-inch wheels, is rigid enough to hold body movements well under wraps, however supple enough to absorb knocks on terrible asphalt without dramatization. It's anything but difficult to wind up serenely flying along an undulating two-path street at an eyebrow-raising clasp. Beat it as we may, it wasn't evident whether the S60 had 2 or 4 wheels driving it. What's more, as athletic as it seemed to be, it in any case ventured easily over everything except the most modeled city surfaces. We've additionally tried a base S60 T5 Momentum model. It is as convincing as the T6, if not exactly as locks in. This front drive model is controlled by the previously mentioned 250 horsepower 4 coupled to an 8-speed transaxle. Inside and out it is a mitigated, gentler rendition of the T6R design. Less extravagantly selected, milder riding, and not as armada, it regardless offers the T6's sweet character. Its enthusiastic throttle reaction makes it feel zippier than its 6.2-second 0 to 60 mph time would recommend, and its refined motor note is as rich as Häagen-Dazs, yet in addition particularly all-around quieted. You won't locate a more pleasant section-level extravagance vehicle at its $36,795 base value, which incorporates Volvo's City Safety Impact Evasion framework with person-on-foot assurance. Our $41,990 analyzer likewise had extra security tech, route, and a Harman Kardon sound framework. However, we'd do without all that and spec it with just the warmed seat and controlling wheel alternative and the attractive birchlight metallic paint. That would carry the last count to $38,190, which makes it an outstanding incentive in the section extravagance vehicle field. Comparable to the base Momentum is, however, it's the flawlessly created T6R design that directions our consideration. Doubtlessly that it's a generally excellent games car. However, the extraordinary ones accomplish something beyond hoover up twisty streets, they associate with your faculties on each street. What keeps the S60, and particularly the T6R design, from significance is its absence of physicality, the nuanced criticism through its essential controls that discussions to you. Its directing is exact yet numb, its brakes do not have the underlying nibble that gives you certainty, and the case doesn't broadcast enough through the co-sitting seats to your posterior. It's anything but difficult to drive the S60 T6 quick, yet you simply don't feel especially associated with the experience while doing it. In any case, there's a great deal of substance here, enough to make them appreciate the S60 and notwithstanding getting a charge out of it. Its outside is rendered as freshly and skillfully as its inside. The back seat gives superb legroom. Furthermore, its value go. Our T6 test vehicle began at $47,395 and was intensely optioned to $55,490, is a decent offer in this class. At that point there's its lively character, by and large refinement, and that stunning architect inside. No big surprise we wound up grinning each time we drove it. The S60 is just a vehicle that makes you feel better.